Last time on Truly Tanay.
But if they're being interrupted all the time by cortisol, then they just start breaking down. That then causes our body to become sensitive to toxins in our environment. Now, there are lots of toxins in our environment that are natural and actually pretty good for you. Fruits and vegetables have phytotoxins, and those phytotoxins actually cause our body to fight against them and actually strengthen our body in that fight. I've heard of one research saying that phytotoxins are the primary benefit of fruits and vegetables, along with the fact that they're nutrient dense, but they are calorie low. They have lots of water and lots of fiber. When you start becoming allergic or sensitive to foods that you could eat before or that other people can generally eat, like tomatoes, nightshades, potatoes, that is an indication of metabolic dysfunction. But we also have a lot of environmental toxins that are not natural, and our bodies are just not adapted to defending them. The primary one is chemicals, okay? Chemical engineering is a huge industry. It's done a lot of amazing things for us, but the long-term effects of a lot of these chemicals were not studied before these products went to market. Nobody in the government requires products to be tested for a long time for safety before they're used. All of those tests are very acute tests. They're short period, single variable, in a very controlled lab environment. Nobody tests them in a real life environment. It's not the way that science is set up right now. And it's expensive, and we don't have the computing power to really be able to do that well. So if something doesn't immediately kill you or make you sick upon interacting with it, then it tends to go to market. And that's why over time, as people experience some side effects of, let's say, BPA in plastics and start getting sick, and then the market decides, oh, we should start making BPA-free plastic, and then market that saying, this is BPA-free, don't worry, we've removed this one toxin that used to be in everything because we didn't know. There are also electromagnetic fields. We are in a very connected society, a smart society with lots of Internet of Things. The average household 5 years ago had like 17 devices connected to their Wi-Fi. Today, I'm sure that number is doubled for a family of 4. Electromagnetic fields can affect your body because your body is a bioelectric machine. Our brain waves are electromagnetic waves that travel through our system, through our sodium potassium pumps in our brain cells. So our bodies can get affected by electromagnetic fields. Make no mistake about it, and especially small children. Anyone younger than 2 or even in utero in pregnancy can be affected by electromagnetic radiation from Wi-Fi routers, cell phone towers, their cell phone, anything that's receiving a signal or emitting a signal. And the ones that emit a signal, the farther that signal goes, the stronger that emission has to be, the stronger the electromagnetic radiation has to be. We had a friend who builds cell phone towers and repairs them. They are taught lots of safety precautions for cell phone towers because of their impact. Even the U.S. Air Force has realized that fighter pilots who sit inside of very high electromagnetic radiation field in fighter planes had reduced fertility, increased prostate cancer, etc. So we're starting to see some of these effects. And even, I believe, NIH did a study on mice trying to replicate the long-term effects of cell phone radiation by doing a shorter-term study. And they believe that cell phone radiation can cause brain cancer if you keep putting the phone up to your head. In hindsight, over the next 100 to 200 years, I think we will have greater understanding. When we have a toxin-loaded environment from naturally occurring toxins, chemical toxins, and electromagnetic toxins, among others, and our system becomes sensitive to toxins, then it can no longer protect us from the effects of those toxins. One of the primary ways that the body protects you is that it takes a toxin and it filters it out of your system, out through your urine or your bowels. But when those systems get interrupted, then it can't always do that, and those toxins start building up in your body. Then that buildup, the only place that your cells can really hide them, is in your fat cells. They'll wrap them up with a sheet of fat to try to make it inert. Well, that's one of the reasons I believe that we have an obesity epidemic in America, because our foods have so many chemical toxins in them, pesticides and synthetic fertilizers and all of those things, and our bodies can't process them, and so we just start keeping them and wrapping them in our fat cells. And one meta study that I saw called these obesogens, like they're toxins that promote obesity. It's not just about the calorie count, it's about the chemicals within those calories. And so as we start doing this, then the compensation of the systems to a hypersensitivity to toxins plus a toxin-loaded lifestyle becomes obesity, becomes dysfunction in your filtration systems in your body, becomes autoimmune disease, where your body can no longer detect what's really safe and what's not. And so things that used to be safe are no longer safe. And when you do that over time, for a long time, then you end up going to step 3, where you develop a lifelong program, and that becomes chronic illness as a way of life.
To be continued.